Help God save less people. I saw someone calling to ask for help from the last field of the Thug Party. At midnight. It startled many people, and this governor opened the door and closed his eyes. And then she saw two people running for their lives. Across. Hey, who's this? A shadow stopped and whispered, Uncle Kim. Tell us to meet the devil. Where is the devil? I asked Mrs. Kim and turned on the light switch. The light from the round shadow radiated across the yard. At this point she realized that the shadow of the Kia was Kwong, a young man in the village. It's more important than the fact that your hands are covered in dirt. There was a long, bloody scratch between the biceps. Where are you fighting? It's not Kim, I met the devil. What the hell's happened in this country before? I'm telling you, it's the devil. It's scary. Where's that demon now? I used to take a deep breath and try to suppress my fear and talk about it. In the afternoon today, my grandmother's son, he hit the hole. So he invited me out to the bar to lay rye, then drink for a while. They didn't see the stone, and now they're closed. So he asked me to buy more wine and plates. Bring out the hut in the field of your people. To continue the drinking. I have nothing to do, so I agree. I went out to drink most of the wine. The king saw me. Hey Kwong, look. It can be seen in the direction of its hands. At the end of the path that leads into the fields. There's a shadow walking by. At first they thought someone in the village. But if you look closely, it's a young girl with long hair. She's also carrying a bamboo knit basket that seems quite heavy. Vu is by nature teasing. So he stood up and whistled. Girl, where to go late at night? Your daughter is dangerous, or are you lost? Before the call of the Lord, the girl quickly responded. Thank you, but I went to visit people who lived nearby, and there were no peanuts. An acquaintance's house. If you are familiar with this village, tell me. I see you carry a heavy load, or let me help you. No need for the enemy to agree. Vu hurried out of the hut. Every now and then men follow. They both approached the young girl. You can rate this woman. It gives off a smell. It's not as different as the water that girls use. It smells so good. It smells so good. Here, let me carry Cho. He just said goodbye. The girl is also in agreement. Give him the bag. It's incredibly hot. Although his appearance is not so handsome or tall. But the mouth is a powerful weapon. Just walking down the street trying to flirt. Plus yeast vapor available in person. So the words he came up with were kind of vulgar. Or rather, the sieve. But the girl didn't seem upset. Even respond very softly. Intense to next door fantasy dance and girl Kia is a couple. And then after a while, the Kia girl stopped. I thank you both very much. Now the power and the dance are paying attention. In front is a large house. Built in ancient style. There's even two big lanterns hanging in front of the gate. Shine a dim light. Of course, they're both from the village. I grew up here for 20 years. But have you ever seen this house? Curious to ask. Miss, where is this? You guys from this area don't even know why. This is my grandmother's house. I'm here to see you too. You look drunk. Invite both spouses to leave. My house is famous for its hospitality. If you go in there, you were treated to wine by a grandfather besides me. More and more it seems a little hesitant now. If you were to shake your head in rejection, the case next to you said, Jen, please let me in. He immediately tapped his friend's shoulder. You don't mind. It's the middle of the night when you suddenly enter people's homes. There's nothing to be afraid of. If you invited me, just come in. I didn't ask for it, right? The young girl had a bright smile. Don't worry. If you're not afraid, no one is. And here the main gate of the house is slowly opening. There is a rather small shadow. In this person's hands, strangely still carry under a red lantern. Your home, Grandpa, your home. Who are these two? Grandpa. These two are very kind. Help me with my bags. I'm going to invite the lights into my house to play. All right, invite you in. The power is still there, but the dance is moving forward. If you wait a while, you lines have to go too. Walking through the gate of the house appeared with a grand appearance. It's all made of wood. It's not a commuter though. But to get this rest. Its owner is not poor. And come to the living room now the young Kia. With the old man with the short figure. He pointed to a nearby table and said, please sit down, and I'll get you some wine. Come down. The kitchen takes a little bait up here to look out for guests. Very quickly determined. The old man carried a small porcelain wine vase. Just pouring, he said. You two are so blessed. I just got an acquaintance to give me this bottle of wine. They say it's precious wine. It's all in the ground 15. The day the young man drank it, the kidney was replenished. There are old people like me. It can extend a little bit of life. She smiled with a smile to get excited. Scrub precious wine, so how do we dare to drink? There is nothing I dare not do. This house has few guests. Then I don't know who to befriend. Grandfather, I'm up. The girl appeared from the lower room. Break up as a tray with 2 food places. It's all beautifully presented fish. Their fragrance rises up straight into the nose. You to just eat with me. When you are drunk, go to your room. Let me tell her to get her room ready. In fact, it's all up to now. It's like a dream for the world. There are a lot of questions in my head right now. The dance is different. He doesn't seem to know. He drank and ate and looked at the girl. He did not drink the wine in front of him. The old man asked, why don't you drink? Or is this wine you don't like for me to change to another? It's not that I don't like it. This wine is delicious, but I have something to ask you. What's going on? I have been in this village for a long time, but for the first time I liked him as much as this house. I don't know if it's still in the village. Not or in any other area. Art Village, of course my house is in Art Village. But you're only 20 years old. How does it compare to this house? It's been here for hundreds of years. Finished the old man, drank a little empty cup of wine, and then she'd raise her neck and laugh. They all laughed for a long time. Sounds like they're coming from somewhere deep. It's kind of weird. I suddenly remembered the little trick that people had told me. It means that if you go out at night, and you encounter something strange, or hallucinations, then stick out your tongue and take a bite. When you feel the pain and the spirit, you come back. Immediately need to follow. And then when the pain starts at the tip of the tongue, it's a horrible sight to see in your eyes. There's no big, fancy house. What I need to sit on is an abandoned mound. The old man is now a dead man, with a white skull. There is no meat on the ground right now, followed by a pile of frogs and insects. Vu doesn't seem to have realized anything yet. He reached for the frog, put it in his mouth, bit it in half. The blood and guts of the poor animal spilled out. Delicious. You cook really well. I don't know if you have a lover, Vu asked as he rubbed his hands into the air. I know I've encountered something I shouldn't have. The more he hurries his eyes, hit the opponent's shoulder very hard. It's like waking up right now. What is it? Vomit, vomit, vomit. He just stood up and pulled the weapon. All day running alive and dying out of hardland. On the road the dance says. What is strong? We just met the devil, and you're going to throw up everything you just ate. She looks very poor now. He didn't dare stop and ran into his tunnel hook. You need to stop breathing. Too scared, Kim. Now I'm sure it's still so scary. I don't know if he's too scared to go home. Be careful too. Don't be afraid to go out into the field at night. Whoever comes here leaves in a hurry. Leaving Mrs. Kim with an ominous look. I'm over 50 this year. For those in the countryside, there is nothing strange about spirituality. But this is the first time she heard that in the mound in the field there were demons. I remember that mound from a long time ago. No one owns it and it's abandoned. Before, there were duck farmers who built more huts. But after the avian flu epidemic 10 years ago, people quit their jobs. The duck shelter became desolate. Tell me where far away. Her house also has a field near the mound. Whenever it was too sunny to go to work, she would go up and rest. In general, there is nothing. After a moment of thought, Kim said. Those two guys drank too much and watched the chicken go wild. It's not too early. She quickly returned to the house, unlocked the door. Go to bed to continue my unfinished sleep. But Kim could not have known that. What you've just heard is the source of the strange thing, taking place in the near future. 3 days later, Kim got up early to go to the market. It's every full day. She always bought fruitcake on the altar. Your house is empty. Both of her parents lost her husband, but neither of them would let her go. After her husband left to marry another woman. You've been there until now. When the car arrived at the beginning of the market, Kim stopped and looked around. It's this same caution. Several times I helped her escape from being cast into the role of the young people. The movie seems a lot more German today. It is because it is a full day. After stopping the car, Kim carried the basket and entered. After buying a bunch of green bananas, a bunch of fruit and a bunch of fresh flowers. The last place she came to was the paper stand. Your wife's money in the market. Please give me some gold shops. Oh, I'm out of stock. Ah, today is the full moon. I know how many people buy it, and I don't get any more, so early is worth it. Oh my god, I'm ready. But it just sold out. She came to buy millions. I have to get it all in the warehouse. I have to wait for my husband now. He went to pick up the goods in the town. It should be early in the afternoon. The more I listen to Kim, the more I'm curious. Why do you buy gold coins so often? And again, I seem to remember she's not in the habit of worshipping ants and moles. Then buy? I have the same question now. But I hear you buy gold. It's not a full moon offering. It's an exorcism for a son. The exorcism. She looked around and walked over. I'll tell you this, but don't tell anyone. I didn't count on much. I was trying to ask you to. I told you that my husband was punished by his wife for the last 2 days. It's just messing around and acting really unusual. This was yesterday. I can't stand to just hire you. It was revealed that Vu was possessed. Do you know anything? This ghost is in your village. Can the people in the village be more specific? Specifically, I don't know. I hear you often. She said she died at the end of the village. The drunk guy doesn't know if he's making a joke. Let them be punished. I think you in the village should know. Mrs. Kim hesitated. But then I remember the night before I heard the plow. So you're wrong. Is that the truth? Why, you know what's going on. Nothing. If you want to buy gold, come back in the afternoon. I am no longer for sale. I know. When Kim came back, she turned her back. On the way home, she kept thinking about being possessed. It is convenient to stop by the village. She looked inside her house too. It is now locked. Inside, there are bells ringing. Continuous sound. In addition, there is a smell of smoke. From what you've heard from now on. She checked that the exorcism ceremony is going on inside. But stop there, outside the fence. There's Mrs. too. There's a group of 7 or 8 people standing there. They're mostly neighbors. Just like the people in the village. Curious blood then emerged. Mrs. Kim lit up the car. Find an acquaintance to talk to. Big sister, Kim, hi, what's wrong with your sister? He's doing an exorcism for Vu. Why is it that God is evil? What happens next? Kim told the same story as Kwong. This person said more. Later that night, Vu came home and kept going. It was almost the next morning. I found that taking drugs didn't lower my fever. I even had cravings. Cuckold grandma to new put in infirmary. By noon on the same day, the fever-ridden man was whispering. I also like the style of the girl. The story goes, the fever starts to come back. The situation is getting more and more serious. The doctor advised to take it to the upstate hospital, but it's in a time of despair. Then Vu suddenly woke up. He doesn't have a fever anymore. He insists on coming home. At first she told him to stay for the doctor, but after the examination, as well as it demands to, the two men listened to themselves go home. When the wife came to the gate, she had her pants drawn at the gate. She used to hit a pain in the shoulder. Are you crazy? Why are you standing here, piss? Before the scream of the mother of the smiling spider. I'm so sad I can't stand it. Come on, get in the house, she said, looking at her husband. And you, take the faucet and flush it, so it'll be there in a while. But the weird stuff doesn't stop there. When at dinner you eat like you're just hungry. A large pot of rice. I usually cook a lot every night. Let's get some cold fried rice for your father the next day. That's why I ate all the rice. He even said no. She asked her to cook 8 more shrimp noodles. Now she's probably just thinking she's in the hospital. He hadn't eaten all day, so he was hungry. After eating 8 noodles, she took medicine for her son to drink and then wake up Vu to restroom. She would wake up the next morning. There is no cold rice, so she turned to cooking a pot of porridge with some meat that I've written in the fridge. But when you open the freezer, she was angry that she discovered the whole thing. The boxes for raw meat are empty. Then she asked her husband, "Sir, where are my meat boxes for freezing? Where did you put it?" "I know. Why did you suddenly ask me? Did you get your neighbor's gas chutes to drink yesterday?" This woman. "If I take it, I have to tell you what to steal. Or try asking Vu what to do. He finished eating yesterday and went to bed early. Then you can ask. It's like stealing into your house and not taking anything. Just open the fridge and get the meat." The husband makes sense. So she would come and knock on the door. "Wake up, Vu." Finally, she heard her son's voice answer. "What's wrong? People are sleeping. I got some of my canned meat in the fridge." Number. "How do I know? Sometimes it's doggy cat. Let it be naughty. The beef is cold for cats." "What are you talking about?" "In short, I don't know. Don't ask me." Listening to the son's annoying thread, Mrs. didn't ask any more questions. When she finished cooking, she knocked on his door. "Fu, wake up in the morning and take medicine. Eat first and get hungry. This guy. If you don't want to eat, you have to eat. If you eat and take medicine, you are not well. If you don't wake up, you and I will raise our heads. I told you not to be hungry." As soon as she finished speaking, she heard the sound of the door burning. "You're so stubborn, you're hungry." He had just finished taking a shower and stepped up. "If he's not hungry, ignore him. You don't remember him eating so much last night, but it's big. You don't have to watch every glass. It's not too early." She prepares porridge, feeds me, and leaves the field. Let him rest today. She would take a deep breath, and then turn her back to the kitchen. And it wasn't just breakfast until noon that she called for a dance. I still get the answer from his side. "I'm not hungry. Mom, don't bother me. You two eat first." Tired of talking all the time, or decided to ignore the boy. And then when the guy opened the door and walked out. He's like a hungry tiger right now. Looking for bait. Take whatever you can and put it in your mouth. You see, she looks up to a guy. "Why did you say you weren't hungry?" "I wasn't hungry at noon. I'm hungry now." "You're hungry to cook. Wait a minute. Wait for your dad to come home and eat. The rice is ready. I'm reheating the soup." What to do last week? Where did you learn it? Despite the harsh words from Mrs. 2, I went down to the kitchen to get a good meal. I hate food like last night. In a bowl full of rice. Grandma from surprised to find strange. "You even feel like a young man. Sitting here. It's not my child." After dinner, go back to the room and close the door. But Mrs. didn't sit still. And turned to the boys' room door. "Dance. There's something wrong. I'm out here talking to you for a second." "What is it?" "I'm tired." "Are you tired of going to the hospital?" "No, I just want to get a good night's sleep." "Let's get some oil. Let's open the door." "Don't bother me. If you won't open it, I'll take the key." "I'll open it." This woman is so annoying. Get out of here. I had to tell her that she was angry and surprised. The standing part of me. And of course she didn't. After finding the key, she put it in the lock. But I can't even turn lightly. You hear, there's a big brick inside. And then, there's the open door. He walked out and knocked down his own mother. It's all happening so fast that you haven't even figured it out yet. The boy ran out into the yard. At this time, he returned from the field. He built the car in the middle of the entrance. I thought he was going to hit his father. But he didn't. Just in the middle of the yard, he suddenly fell to his knees. I screamed and covered my face. "The pain is too hot. I like the idea of helping you with something about dance." She ran to him from inside the house. "Score. Dancing now is like being afraid of the sun." I'm trying to cover my face, this kid. When you see two couples, Mr. 2 is not on guard. Once again, Get up. Turn your back and run inside. But this time the speed of Vu. Not as fast as before. Step by step, Lao Island is approaching. The second time I fell on my knees. He also brought his son into the house. Strangers are inside the living room, which is somewhat more pleasant. He pointed to the front door and screamed, "Close it up, it's annoying. You two are also going to follow." He was immediately stopped by his wife. Slowly, slowly, slowly. I think Vu is strange. Maybe it's not my son. As soon as she said the words, she raised her face to her eyes. Is a smile to the devil. Open and close the door. Without me, your son will die. Don't let me put his soul back in his body. The throbbing voice. It's like an 80-year-old man. She often loses her limbs, and he is calmer. He came forward and said in a serious voice, "What dance do you see? I don't know if I should go to the doctor. As I told you, I'm not your son. Vu was robbed of his body by me." As soon as his sentence ended, she clapped her chest and laughed. "You two are a spiritual believer." And they clasped their hands to make a vow. "Non-tissue Dida Buddha. Please hide from me." That's the man in the boy. Why did you enter his body? I like that, okay. Your son is a mess. He was going to make fun of me. I also find it age appropriate. We're going to take him down with us. I've got company. But you too. It's cold and lonely down here. Oh my God. How can this be done? Sir, look at the couple. I'm alone. They say the fool carries. Whatever you say you do. Lord, come to me. But if it has a destiny, I can survive. No, I've decided. Let's catch it. All tomorrow through the night of the moon. The two of you are worried about increasing it. You don't have to burn a lot of paper money. My family is rich enough to feed it. I just said here that the whole body is twisted or deformed. After pulling the pieces, he burst into tears. Mom, I saved you. You were taken away. These weak calls for help only last. Be a little. Then sit still. Top guy raw, and her mouth laughing. It's not going to be okay. Or turn around and. She rushed to Bin village to calling Oak. I'll be here looking after it. She used to nod her head. You just run away. I can't wear a hat or a jacket. The name mentioned by Mr. Tahir is a shaman who specializes in feng shui divination, as well as presiding over funerals, or a memorial service, in the village of Thuk. Half an hour later, Mrs. Ta returned. Accompanying her is Mr. Thin Engok, a middle-aged man with a small, agile figure, slightly brunettes. But the eyes are bright. As soon as I asked, the jade stopped. Close your eyes to the pillar. Come on in and help my son. Slowly. Why is your gate so dirty? The couple did not keep the toilet. What are you talking about? There's nothing dirty about my gate. Your eyes are not dirty. But with my yin-yang eyes, I see. It's so dirty. I can't hold the door. People leave, there's no trauma. But this was done by someone in the house. Not outsiders. And as soon as I heard that, I remembered. That's right, Ingok. Back from the hospital yesterday. Vu is standing in front of the gate. Piss off. I told you right away. But I also guess that's not your son. That thing must be a perennial devil. So it's very clever. Normally, it enters your body. It's about a certain time. You'll have oxygen in your house. Keep the door to the altar of the fairies. But only this one action. Is that almost everything that could protect Vu has been disabled. Heaven and earth. So I didn't expect it. Stop standing here complaining. Come inside, and let me see how it goes. Both are in the living room. I can't do anything yet. My eyes suddenly scream. Get out of here, enchantress. Do you believe that I am holding you alive? In front of obscene, and hard to hear insults. Of Mr. Thin Engok. He has a very normal attitude. He smirked. These words are for children. Who are you? Where's the soul? Be quiet while I talk properly. You talk to me like that. Do you know who I am? Sometimes grandparents. Your father may not be older than me. How long is Raw a perennial death? I want to know. Why did you join this young man? What am I supposed to tell you? Get out of here. Or die with me, he said, holding up his hand and strangling himself. But this action hasn't been done yet. The underground teacher was quick. He used his hand to press to the top of the dance. How to act quickly and decisively. Make the people of the universe miserable. It hurts so much to let me go. Now everything is told. This is really the old man's death. That clap near that night. I think his background is a great man. Lived about 500 years ago. His family is rich. The children are all high-ranking officials. There is a lot of wealth in the house. But before he could enjoy it, a plague came. He took the lives of both his grandfather and his niece, a teenage girls. The two grandchildren were later given a formal funeral by their families. Buried the land. But now it's a mound at the top of the village. After the burial, because the responsibility is too great, you two can't escape. Always attached to the life in this world. Speaking of which, Mr. Engo cast again. Then the sow didn't appear for hundreds of years. Now you two show up. So in this part of the world, I know where there's a lot of air. I'm all trying to figure out how not to cause trouble. It's true that my two grandsons couldn't show up before. Because when choosing a burial site, my children of old, choose the wrong place where the road runs. City excess. It's my two grandsons who are trapped by its powerful spirit. There's no way out. I don't know if it's God's will or not. In recent months, the land has been dark. The Kia circuit was also cut off. So the two of you I can show off. Rory's like that. But even if it shows up, then neither of you can survive. They hurt the living like that. Do you know that this is a bad thing? God is not a superhuman being. I know. I don't know. But my niece, she died too young. So it's got a lot of memories. He wants me to take him down and marry him. No, can't. And immediately say the above and get down on your knees. Please spare my son's life. Please don't arrest him. If I didn't catch him, I caught him too. Who gives out catch? Mr. Engok's serious voice. I love that you are a much older man than me. So I'm looking for a way back. Take care of my grandfather's niece. What do you see about this? Or do you want me to use force? Tell you what, I don't have any respect for warming up. Even if the Emperor Emeritus of Pluto appears, I also decided to fight. In front of the witness of Thin Engok, the old man's soul, also slowly fading away, until we dance a few more. This is when the soul comes out of the body. I take a deep breath. Parents. Mrs. T hesitated, but he waved his hand. It's Vu now. Not the soul of the old man. Oh my God, thank you so much. I thank you very much. She often talks and hugs her son, but she also quickly realized that the dance was turning a blind eye. Master, I want to see if my child is really okay. Everything has to be slow. But died to be 8 days, soul was not intact. So after feeding it, then take the lemon leaves with a shower. Next, sit in front of the altar. Tomorrow is an important day. Tomorrow the couple prepare for the ceremony. Buy a lot of gold coins. I came to the ceremony to call the whole soul of Vu. Even if it breaks, it completely heals. Waiting for my husband to get ready. While his wife was worried about his son, he took 2 steps forward. Mr. Engok, I heard the story earlier. I guess it's not over. That's what it is. The spirit has come out of his son. But we can't say that in the village. This tribe. Something similar will happen. Oh, and more. It seems that at night. It's not just Vu, is it? It seems that there is also a strong. So where is Uncle Kwong's house? Let me see it. Kwong's house is not far from here. Just over 10 houses. And then when Mr. Tu and Mr. Engok came to Kwong's house. I've also started to have mild seizures. You've been thinking about the last few nights, dreaming of the shadow of a young girl. But she's just standing outside the gate, not inside. After looking at it for a while, Mr. Kwong, your family's virtue is great. That's why our ancestors bless us. The dead girl couldn't get in. But you. If I see you on the street, she will follow you. That's very dangerous. So the Engok master also told Kwong's family, prepare yourself for a ceremony. Tomorrow after work at the dance. It's also to handle. Mrs. B.A. heard that Mrs. Kim's face was a bit confused. Why does this sound so serious? It's serious. I'm standing here with everyone in the village to try it. When will Master Engok come to the ceremony? The other part is to ask if there's a way to deal with it. The number from yesterday until now. Everyone in the village kept crying. Who dares to go at night? You even have a field near the mound. I dare not go out today. Mrs. Kim looked at her mouth. Nom tissue a Dida Buddha. I pray for whatever it is. Goddess blessings to this village. Miss Kim deliberately lingered for a while longer to watch. But more and more. The only thing I need to do is whisper. This B.A. I'm here if anything happens. Tell me later. Now I have to go back and throw the fruit on the altar. Then you go. After returning home, Mrs. Kim took the fruits to wash, as well as changing the vase on the altar. What she prayed for today. In addition to the usual ones, there is more work. Pray for silence of accident. It was late in the afternoon, when Mrs. Kim finished washing her clothes. When I see the sky is still dark, I guess it will rain tonight. So she decided to go out and check the ditches. It's about making Mrs. Kim wear a jacket, put on a conical hat, get in the car, and head towards the end of the village. And then when we get there, in addition to seeing your farm, there's a group of people gathering. Mrs. Kim recognized the people in the village. There are 2 fathers of dance, and the teacher of Engok. They seem to be laying out their plans, and she went on. You too, Kim. What are you two doing? I don't know if you've heard about my son. Keep listening. Vu with Kwong. They are all blessed by God. But now I have to come out here for the final settlement. Oh yeah. I also hope everything goes well. Let the village return to peace. Right now, Master Engok Jong understood. Let everyone stand aside. And I'm dressed in scrotal clothes. The bell with the wooden sword. Start walking around. You just fluttered the spell. Into a spinning machine father sword. It's like breaking down invisible barriers. It takes about 15 minutes to breathe out. Master, it's done. It's not over yet. The old man's soul was easy to handle. He accepted me to go to the temple to study. But also the death of his niece. She was very violent. I'm afraid my strength now can't end it. So there's no way. Yes, but. Just tell me. Everyone here is a familiar uncle. I don't have to be afraid. I think it's a little too much for people. It's not over. There's never been a case like that before. Just say it. The people around him also spoke to him. I swore after a moment of thought, sighed and said. The way is yes. The time I had before. Taught by the master for a method. Young girl called the Virgin Devil. It's an enormous power. I want to please her and let her go. If you don't bother, you have to go crazy. Reception within 7 days. It is not enough to build a temple. And it's especially expensive. I know that in this village. Everyone lives by farming. Not rich in abundance. I don't even get paid. Now this ceremony has to be spent. I'm afraid people won't. In the face of this hesitation, he was happy to say, God, what did you think of the jade? Just tell me how much it costs. Then we'll know if we can afford it or not. If you believe this faith, then people have the words to go for you. Just a few dollars, and it's time for our kids to get hurt. Then he knew who to blame. And again, the location of this abandoned mound is not remote. Poor people who look after the village. I go back and forth 10 times a day. I don't have to say chicken. It's like my dog is tired. Can you help me out here? If not, that's right. You can say as much as you like. There's a specific number I didn't mention. But that's the preparation of the ceremony with the construction of a small temple. It's also 10 to 20 million. Not to mention a little money order, so I can take care of things later. Follow her spirit to the temple. I didn't even get paid. In fact, the number you mentioned is not small. And there were also some people who were silent. Mr. Ngok, this is probably for us to discuss. In front of us, thank you for your help. I hope everything goes well. I think so too. That's why people helped me burn the paper money. These dolls. And now it's time to figure it out. I advise people to limit night travel in this area. No matter how careful you are, the spirit cannot be joked about. Later, when the gold is finished, and the jade told me a few more things. Then leave. The meaning of that day is, there was a meeting between the residents. People who experience it directly, as husband and wife. Or you can start presenting. Of course, there are those who agree. There are people who feel wasted, they say. A house with a man is afraid. My house is full of women and children. I don't go out at night, or die right there. What to pay for? This is such a debate. The sound goes on until late at night. Only then did Mr. to speak. My grandmother. It's not too early. We quickly finalized the plan. As far as I'm concerned, we can't arrest everyone here. You have to eat enough. Well, now AI wants to contribute, hand register the list. And then I talked to Ngok, and he gave me the price. Finally, I also want a reminder to let everyone know about this. I want good for all of us. The money I sweat my blood to save. It's a shame. But think of the people in it. The family is in trouble. There is no time to regret. And after this statement too, there are more than 10 hands up. However, compared to the number, it's probably only about 60%. But I'm sure this is enough. After the meeting he returned home. He saw his wife and son sitting in the living room, which is now celebrated by Master Ngok, although the spirit is more stable. But my eyes are still full of fear. How's the wine out there? Are you guys finished? I am worried that few people will pay. There is not enough to celebrate. Now I can't blame everyone. Money goes to the gut. She used to write her mouth. Nom Tishua Didar Buddha. May the ancestors bless the family in peace. When she finished, she turned to her son. And you too. It is forbidden to go out at night. Drinking and playing. You're not young anymore. 2, 8, 2, 9 years old. Get me a daughter-in-law and a granddaughter. When you hear that, you say, oh my God. Every day, we talk about the husband and wife. I was young. After the last time, they gave me money. I wouldn't dare go out on the street. Don't worry, parents. The king got up and walked slowly to the room. The two did not forget to remind. You can't lock the door. Remember what? I'm in. Mom, don't worry. The ghost must have been chased away by the jade. You can't get into me anymore. It's a dead end. Okay. No lock. No lock. But when she got to her room, she was surprised. A smile to the secret. If you and your husband could see this, you'd think he was possessed. But there's no magic. This is the plan of all three. Strength and he can jade. Go back to 2 weeks ago. Vu is sitting in a cafe right now. He was angry about a cow. At this moment, he invited the jade to sit next to him. The two of you want to make money or not? They both know the reputation of the other. But we never talked about it. I guess this guy is going to ask you to. According to the ceremony assistant. So quickly drink and answer. Why? If you need help, wherever you are, we will go. It's not much more complicated than that. I think it must be in this village. Only the two of you can do it. What's so curious about? Tell me. There are a lot of people here without money. Let's meet you two at my house tonight. Once here, the jade left. The dancer wanted to participate. But I think you also need to find the gambling antlers. So that night I went to the Ngok's house. When you get there, the teacher doesn't waste time. Let both of you know about the plan to borrow the devil to scam the villagers' money. Meaning Thuck. It could be Kwong and Dance. The people who were lost in the mound of wild cattle. But there's no devil there. And she's put together a really scary story. From there the master watches the eternal faucet, and put all kinds of things up there to attract money. He also said that, if everything goes well, I will give it to two great enemies. The real person, the offer of the flooded. For power and dance con is attractive. It's because both of these things, this demonic menace, too difficult. And we didn't lose anything. So they nodded in agreement. The body plan goes on to this day. Now go to the phone and text to talk to the power. To report about the meeting. It doesn't take long for the enemy to respond. Guess how much I paid for this trip? Who knows? But probably a few million. Not a little. You and I have a drink. If you are lucky enough to win a few more. This whole month is not over. Just a few more messages. I also put the phone down. And fall asleep. More than a week has passed today. And the dance has stopped. Because yesterday, It was also the last day of the Jade. He's on the phone. This afternoon Kwong and Dance came to his house to send the chi track. Before I finished eating, there was a dance in my heart. This is the moment. He's standing in front of the great scientist's iron gate. Standing next to him, he looks equally nervous. Thi and Oak, our brothers are here. From inside the Jade, then walked forward. The old man is waiting for me. The key boss saw it here and dropped it. Did it take a while for the door to open? Both of you go inside. But Vu's joy did not last long. When he entered the living room, he handed out an envelope. There are only 2 million inside. I miss you a little bit when I miss you. What kind of business do you do? Sao promise we have 2 million Sao. The closer I get, the more true it is. I was told to sneak away 4 days. Are you going to play us? What is there? I did the ceremony and thought. But your ritual villagers are stingy. Around a bunch of people. That's less than 20 million. Half of that is to buy materials. Give it back to the bartender. But the rest of me is cheap enough to buy that ritual. I have money to split between you two. Even your part is better than mine. It's true. It's not true. What am I lying about? We must be in the same boat. I'm not fooling around with you two. If you don't believe me, you go ahead and find out. See if it's what I said. The city wanted to talk more, but Chen said, okay, let's say we worked together successfully this time. If you have any other business, come to our brothers. Of course. From now until about July. This lunar calendar will do one more. That's the two of you acting for it enthusiastically. It is better to convince others. Go there and count. Now, my brothers, go home and say hello. Not until you're out dancing. Strength. Why didn't you let me say a few more words? Maybe you can get a little more money. Okay. From the beginning, you and I can only estimate 1 million each. That's okay. Double what I want. And again, I think, the more I talk, the more suspicious people are. Now my brothers are coming. The dog meat shop, also located at the top of Lei Rai village. If you have any money left over, you can make a batch tomorrow. We both drank until about 9 p.m. When I got home, I stopped the motorcycle inside. Your mother is now coming out. In her hand, she's holding the strawberry branch or OI. She's up banging and saddling. Oh, she's doing something. Stand still. Hit exactly 7. Then she points her hand in the house. Come on in. How many times have I told you? So late to finish drinking. You're not afraid anymore. My mother's eyes must have laughed. God, what do you think? You're so superstitious. It's over. After the ceremony, there is no more evil. Come on. There's nothing to be said for a bad job. You didn't hear people say you go out at night and you see ghosts. You go inside and wash your face, your feet, your hands and rest. Remember what I told you. There's absolutely no drinking late at night. I know it hurts forever. The public just said. My wife went inside with a look on her face. Because he's the only one who knows the truth. There is no devil. After a shower, he climbed into his familiar bed. Then lay back to sleep. In his head he thought he wouldn't go out drinking tomorrow. That would design a little sesame smell. Then pack your friends home for a drink. But he doesn't know that. Something happened the next morning. Kwong Kwong. Loud thirst wake up. Who's sleeping and doesn't know what to call. Wake up. What's the big deal? Kwong. You went out for a drink with Vu yesterday, didn't he you? I sat down to eat dog meat with him at his house at the top of the village. What did you tell him to do? He came back and I went for a drink. No, Vu, something happened and he died. I don't have to say it right away. His eyes widened. What do you say? Vu was in a traffic accident and died. Where to lose? I just heard about last night. Go back for a drink and answer the AIS phone. We get in the car, and it goes on. Let your husband or wife stop you. I didn't see my son at midnight. If you call, Vu. You told me to stay at your house until morning. It's not the first time right now, so you can just sigh and go to sleep. But until now, someone came to report that Vu had an accident. Immovable on the road, leading to the highway, and this part doesn't have people's homes. When they were about to take him to the emergency room, he wasn't breathing. It's not over yet. The accident looks like Vu's on his own. What are you talking about? I heard what I said. Now run over there and see. Then come brush your teeth, and wash your face and wait for me there. Brush your teeth, so you can get dressed and go. Shortly after the force took her to the dance house. There were a lot of people gathered inside. Stop the car and listen to your mother speeding in. It's true that what you heard earlier was the truth. Until about 9 a.m., an ambulance stopped at the door. His body was examined, as well as the mind and the coffin. When he saw that he was being marched into the house, or not out of pain, she screamed and grabbed her husband. Sir, please tell me, it's not Vu in this village. Your child is alive, right? The last 2 men said nothing. Now everyone knows the information. It is true that Vu did not touch AI. You're just too drunk to control the steering wheel. I saw the sight of my best friend. It's just a soulless body, and it's hard. From now on, just sit still. I don't care or care about anything. Kwong's eyes stared at space aimlessly. I remember last night both. Still drinking, his feet laughing and talking happily. I don't even remember that. When you both start charging, you're leaving. I heard Vu say, there's some people he knows drinking in town. At that time Kong said, let's go back to rest and have a big drink tomorrow. The country was close at that time. but I can't believe that now I can only breathe. At first a familiar voice spoke. Makes the strength a little startled. Good morning to you. You just said that this is the jade. You're carrying a tall bag. Welcome to the ceremony. I was called by Mrs. O2 in the morning. Now I can arrange to run through here. Sighing back everything. Master Angok heard it. He could not help but blink. It is an impermanent human life. I just saw the pain, and now yin and yang are separated. Come on, sit here, and let me do my homework. A moment later, she had to go home. To take care of rice and water as well as the farm. Only the power stayed to help out for your friend's funeral. It's dusk at this time. He had just sent the last visitor to the funeral home. Back in the spirit. She used to look at me and choke. Strength. Take it down. Thank you. I'm going to mess up today without you. My husband knows I don't know what to do. You're welcome, uncle. Don't be so polite. You're best friends with him. Now that's what happens. You have to do your best to help. Kwong's words of encouragement now make you all more emotional. How can I get through this? My husband and I have it alone. It's naughty since childhood. My husband also tried to advise me. But it doesn't want to get in the head. I've even thought about this day. But I can't believe it's coming so fast. Two people came out of the house. And stop crying won't make it come alive. Put your hat on and come with me. I forgot you were waiting for me. Where are you two going? She would copy her mouth and look at her son's coffin. Ngok said to his wife, I am the Vu. A funeral has now been held, but his soul has not returned. So for now, he has to go out and light incense every day. Time to be buried. Ngok himself came to take his soul home. That's it. Can you take me with you? I also want to light a fire. Of course it's okay. To the east of the house, another relative looked after, as well as adding incense to the sun's fragrance. When B.A. Riz arrived at the road where the accident happened, the clock strikes nearly 6 p.m. The sun has set now. The only light is from the motorcycle's headlight. Looking around for a turn. The scene of the accident was cleaned up by the police. The blood is also washed away. There's only paint left to paint the scene. Mrs. Ta sat down on the side of the road holding hands, while waiting for her husband to light incense and make a vow. Amitabha Buddha Vu, are you here, son? You carry a plate of fruit in your pocket, cake with a little rice. When you are finished, you give him 2 pieces of incense. While the couple were making vows. I need to know what to say other than silence. Look slowly soaked. Into the White Mountains under the wrong road. But then suddenly I feel my back. There's a stream of cold air running. Read through. Death to the stiff hands and feet. It wasn't until he patted me that I woke up. Mom, my son dropped an incense stick and went home. I need to nod and plug it in. And B.A. goes back to the car. When I left, I could hear her cry too. But I don't know how far it goes. The distance between the 2 cars is not close. And I still hear the cry. Tamo. Need to fuckhead look behind. To get to that corner now shut up. AI also stopped paying attention and focused on driving. Back home. Because tonight, there are relatives who stay awake. Need to be grandparents to guards rest. I need to light the incense shop and throw it on the incense table for you. Then drive home. The usual route home from the cheerleader's house. Very familiar. But I don't know why this time I have a strange feeling. Not least in the back of the car. I see it every time through a corner. It's like there's that AI sitting there. But when I look back, I see no one. It's just an empty seat. When I got home, I found her sitting on the porch waiting for me. You're back, kid. I was going to call to see if you were coming back. Back there are many people. You don't have to stay overnight. With back home to sleep for comfort. That's right. I don't want you to stay overnight. If you say a few more words, go to the bathroom. Until you get out of the toilet. The lemon saw her whole, following the bright sea of rice dishes on the table. Mom is eating rice now. I ate it. You worrying about eating now? I'll finish the dishes. Leave early. I'm a little sluggish in the sun today. Then go on vacation first. You can eat it yourself and wash it yourself. So we go to bed first. If you remember to check the door carefully, then you can rest assured. Let her reveal to the room. The strength also began to cook rice at 8. But when you get the first chopstick in your mouth, I heard a noise outside the gate. It's like that AI is trying to open it. There are only 2 of you in the house, so you need to get about 60 friends. The 8 rice down close together eyes look out. There is a shadow in front of the gate right now. It was so dark for a while. He can't get the enemy to be AI. And I don't want to keep the guests waiting. The more you raise your voice. Slowly wait for me. He said he just went to the wall. TT pressed the light switch. The light from outside the roof shone in. As it nears raw. You don't see the Kia anymore. Where the hell is it? Look around for a while. I still don't see anyone ever mumbling. Or the young people running by. Trying to mess with me. I think so. So I quickly. Turn your back on the unfinished rice. I just picked up 8 rice. The sounds of creaking outside the gate echoed. Fuck you. You like to fuck me. First the same strength. I'm going to use 8 rice on my hand and throw it straight at the Kia. But again, there's no AI outside the gate. You need to grind your teeth. Fuck it. Don't let me find out who's under you, or I'll come home. This is a rather loud statement from Kwong. Touched to her. She came out of the room curious. What's wrong? I have nothing to mess with. But what can it do? When she told her mother, she shook her head. It doesn't matter what the kids do. This hot. The neighbors thought they were fighting. I want people to talk about it. Sing out a place. I don't know if it's because Kia felt that he should not provoke you anymore. The noise after that is no longer there. Finish the meal near the pain of cleaning dishes. 8. It's time to raise your head. The clock on the wall was ticking at 12 o'clock. Late night. I'm tired of running more and more. Help the funeral. I didn't want to stay up any longer and go back to my room. The atmosphere is quite pleasant tonight. If I don't want to say it's a little cold, this makes it even faster to fall asleep. I thought I'd sleep until the morning, but no. Once again, I was awakened by the noise. Full of trouble, Kia. God damn it, your shield is dead. I just sat up and walked out of bed. Went outside, out of the hand of Kwong, holding under the house mop with determination. Teach those who are left behind a lesson. It's like being about 3 or 4 feet from the ball. Then a lightning in the sky struck. We reveal the identity of the enemy. The name of the man whom the power never saw again. Dance. He stuttered his opponent's name. It is true that Vu is standing outside, holding his brother full of blood. There was a serious wound on the head. With 2 hands on the glasses. It's like opening it up to get in. For the first time in my life, I need to see a scene that's too scary. Even if Vu is a very close friend. But we can't stop the fear. You need to get behind the sport. I'm so sick, I'm so cold. No, don't you come here. Tough shaking head, Sute mouth boobs. And then a hand from nowhere touches the shoulder. It brings the fear to a head. The strength that makes my eyes scream. Don't stop this guy, you're crazy. Go from one surprise to another. Once I realized I was still in bed. Familiar. The next day she showed up. The hand you just put on your shoulder is also yours. What are you doing? You're dreaming. I'm just dreaming. I'm trying to tell my nightmare. But then you stop. It's nothing. It's just a dream. Mom startled me. You're welcome. Go to your room. Is it really nothing? Really? You need to talk and know a smile even if there is a smile. It's about letting her show peace of mind and leave. Life gives you away from the unconscious. I turned my eyes through the window again. And it's right now. Strength as if choking or eyes widened. It's not. Because the intensity is visible outside. It's a familiar silhouette. It's still the cheerleading shadow. He immediately raised his hand and rubbed his eyes. When it opened, Vu's shadow was gone. It's all just a dream. I am also obsessed with the death of the dog. And this thought really works. When the intensity quickly regained calm. The next morning I woke up at about 7. She went to the market to prepare food. Husband saw his son step out. She was a little startled. What are your eyebrows? How to do it is how to do it. Look in the mirror. Your face is normal. Every step in the toilet. Look at your own image. And now it's your turn to get excited. To black eyes. You look like you've just woken up from an illness. Brush your teeth and wash your face. She looked at her son with concern. Do you see how tired you look? Or let me go buy some medicine. I'm not sure I slept late last night. Stay home when you're tired. Don't go to the funeral. Have to go through. He promised to help his wife and to guests. So this afternoon we're going to bury him. Granny Hole then sighed. All right. Let's go whatever you want. But if you're tired, don't stay. It's easy for people who are weak to get sick in such places. I know. Finished breakfast with a loaf of bread she bought. Get in the car and drive to the funeral. Today the number of visitors is much higher. When the wife stopped the car, she rushed into 70 stands. It's not like buying the junk that people need. It's just that every time I walk past the cheerleader casket, the more I see my back pulsing with cold water. The snail exploded all over me. Time has passed quickly recently, and it's 2 p.m. It is not the time for the funeral of the dance. He swore to preside over the rice ceremony. Jiang understood for the people in the Tongletin team. Into the coffin mold of Vu Lin. At this moment, she screams full of resentment. It's unfilial. Why did you leave my husband? Here the reproaches mixed with the choking water. It makes those who are present feel good. This emotion of yours. Right up until you take the coffin to the ghost dump. Life on the grave of the dance cultivated on high. A small ceremony to be conducted by Mr. It's about strength from the beginning. I found my body tired at an alarming rate. Kwong's eyes closed with hot breath. Not all of Kwong's talent is B. Like that AI is whispering something. Now likes the body is not okay. They decided to leave, not stay. Out of the gate means, he looked at the crowd of Tong. Extremely silly by a figure standing by the grave cheering. Or rather, this ball is him. In the peaceful body to the horror of blood. Once again the dance appeared. A startle, and also just after the one in front of you. I can't see my friend anymore. He clapped his hands quite hard on his cheek. By the time you drive home, you're tired. He dimly closed. His mother stepped out. But she wasn't conscious enough to hear what she was saying. 2 hands and walked back to the room. As I lay my back on the bed, my eyes closed. Sinking into a dark black. Everything seems to be over. In a trance. The 3rd time I saw my friend. Just standing at a distance, not too far away. 2 hands up full of blood, and not on the ground. Kwong. I'm so hurt, I'm dead. I was so scared that my whole body trembled. I don't know how to do anything except hold my hand. Sub, please don't scare me, I'm scared. Just a few words and the darkness comes back. The secret of power. When I woke up, I suddenly realized. I was no longer in the familiar room, but he's lying in a hospital bed. It's shining outside. More curious eyes looking around a chase. The grandmother is not in the room, but pretend you're sleeping on the couch. Mom. Need to whisper. The call was quick and blurry. I see what you look like. I don't know. Why are you here? You make me nervous, you know. Suddenly you run home and need someone hot all the time. I'm scared. I ran to the neighborhood and asked everyone to bring it up. You've had a fever since last night. You don't have a fever until morning. Now do you see how annoying people look? Let's go call the nurse. I don't know when I can leave the hospital. The doctor told me to stay here and watch. Because the bleeding is so serious. There's no subjectivity. If anything happens to you, I'll do it. Don't say chicken, but I can see you're still healthy. I'm not feeling well at all. Stay and rest until you are well, and I will let you go. You know you can't disobey your mother. That's a big sigh. God, you don't want to go home, but it's here that Kwong thinks about. Maybe the spirit of the universe has not escaped, and is following you. I don't know if this is good or bad, but power also wants to come. The jade to ask him to solve. Ever since that day. Strength in a restless and anxious mood. It's even creepy. It's because I don't know if Vu will show up. Of course I can't take my eyes. Until it gets dark. 3 lots appeared with a soup lunchbox. Try to eat and drink medicine. What do you look like? I'm fine, Mom. I just want to eat my rice in a delicious way. No matter what. Since yesterday, you have nothing left. And then when we're almost done eating, I notice my mother's somewhat depressed face. What happened to my mother? I feel bad for your husband too. When he was alive, he destroyed his son. Naughty enough things. His name is now dead, and the newspaper does not leave his parents alone. Mom said that. Vu's funeral is over. Bad things to know. It's not that simple. I was just cooking rice to bring in. Then you two came. What did you come to borrow money for? Mrs. Dow was surprised, but asked her to tell her. Yesterday the funeral ended. Ancient Jade Master, together with her husband and wife, she went to the place where Vu had an accident, make a spirit procession for it, until I read some mantras. Then the good man suddenly changed. He later revealed that, a few days ago you celebrated, and saw off my grandfather's death on an abandoned mound. But it's unexpected. The death of the girl who refused to let go of Vu. It's just that she did this murder. It's just the scare that cost him his life. Now the spirit of the weapon is controlled by their 2 grandsons. Trying to get married. Now, if you want to buy the soul, it will cost 50 million. Otherwise, Vu will be locked up forever. Can't escape. The 2 couples in the capital finished the ceremony. There is no money left now. I have to borrow it. If you listen to this, you will immediately understand. There is no such soul. Before I could finish, I realized I was missing something. What are you talking about? Mom, I'm fine now. I want to go home. What is healthy? You let the doctor keep an eye on you. No, I'm fine. Let me go home. The weight of the sun. She also asked the doctor to examine her. Pretty lucky to be close to being discharged. When you get home, you find an excuse to buy something and drive away. Get out of the house and drive straight to Uncle Th Oak. When I got to the yard, I saw him. He's feeding his pet bird insects. Good Jade, good Jade. Looking out against the good Ngoke is somewhat surprised. What are you doing here, Ngoke? Master, let me ask. Why do you keep talking about ghosts in the mound? Then tell Vu's parents to give away 50 million. There's no point in saying that. You're telling the truth. I can go to the place and ask them this. Just wait a moment, the clown laughed. You also know that our plan worked. To build people's trust. That I'm to handy to use. A little improvisation of the mouth. I'm not a strong eater. I'm going to call you over and give you the 0. You need to shake your head with steady eyes. I didn't take the money. I hope you drop that idea. Vu's parents really don't have any money. Don't hurt them anymore. Stay close to you. I told you. If you have no intention of giving up, I'll go to the police station and tell them about it. You just want to stay here and practice. The underground teacher was very surprised, and this confused father. We're in the same boat. Don't mess with me. I don't have to make it difficult for you, but I'm close with Vu, my brother. His parents' meat is like my parents' meat. I hope you understand less. Don't wait for me to say more. Turn your back and drive away. But you don't know that these threats. It doesn't just scare you. And he even smirked a sinister smile. You think you're threatening me with those words? I'm scared. No, you're young and green. If you touch me, you will die. I'll reunite you with your friend. The night before, on the day that Vu threatened the accident. He had me before, and then he spent more money. Of course, Mr. Ngoke. Broken clothes also threatened to temper. But on the way back he was killed, building the devil's vase. That I raised to make the steering wheel. Leading to a tragic accident. After the death of Dance, the Lord uses it to gain trust. Then cheated lying money of husband and wife grandparents too. Now, you need to come to threaten the Jade Master. He didn't flinch either. He quickly returned to the room. Take out a doll from the box. Not before, while pretending to come to Kwong's house to celebrate. He also had an 8th birthday. As well as some of your hair. It's almost noontime. A kind of malicious charm, made by Mr. Th Oak. So the doll in his hand he muttered. For tonight alone you will not exist in this world. Fast forward to 8 p.m. Usually eat rice and drink more medicine. I went back to the restroom. Everything seemed normal until in a trance. It feels like your body no longer obeys your mind. You need to feel yourself walking into the woods. Then go outside. She shows that she is sleeping right now. The rush on the motorcycle began to drive away. I don't know where I'm going and I want to stop. Even more powerful, right? Raw, more powerful. What am I being made of? And then I am in a panic. Then the hands of Kwong turn around the voice to get familiar. Your tongue will bite you. This voice is very familiar. It's because this is a cheering voice. I need to be confused in this moment. I don't know if I should follow. Then she clapped again at a louder volume. He's screaming. And now the power only knows how to follow unconsciously. And then when the pain from the tip of his tongue hit his eyes opened, my feet seemed to find a feeling. The car stopped when there were only a few meters left. I've fallen to the edge of the mountain. Oh my God. Why am I like this? And surprise after surprise. I thought I was looking in the mirror now. Your basement door is choking. By the great Vu sitting in the back. If it's normal, I'll leave the car to escape. But I don't understand why you're sitting still. The cheer echoes again. I was killed by that son of a bitch. Now it's going to hurt you. Don't worry. I'll make him pay for it both financially and profitably. When I finished, I liked the eyes of the dance. In the picture, the red part. It's not over in the blink of an eye. He was gone. Almost 5 minutes had passed. Don't write anything more. In a hurry to drive home. When I got home, I didn't say no. Stay awake until morning. When the sun comes out. It is also time to hear the news of the family. It was last night that Engok suddenly went crazy. Running from the inside out screaming. It's like something scary is chasing you. And it's this fear that fills the market. Not paying attention to the road. And the hour of midnight is approaching dawn. The occasional cargo truck ride. Passing through the village of Githuk. And among those cars, at VA to Mr. Of course completely wrong. It belongs to you when you suddenly jump in the middle of the road. The driver tried to get there. I can't even react in time. The formula of thou NGC died in an accident. Quickly roll away. No one knows the truth behind it. They just think it must be. He lost the souls of his 2 grandsons in the dirt. But the truth is probably only known every month after. The house outside the moor was also built. But the people in the village go out every day to burn incense. A way for glasses to be needed. It's because they're afraid of doing something wrong. This soul will be punished and lead to the end. As the Jade Master, there is another rumor about dance. They say your soul can't escape. The devil often appears, teasing passers-by, to husband, grandparents, to also try to find all the teachers. About the end of the soul, give your son the failures. Until a high priest, from a nearby temple, to set up a ceremony. It took a few days to bring the spirit of dance to the temple. After the ceremony is over, no one can see the soul of the universe. It shows up again. Thank you to the audience for listening. Hello, goodbye, gentlemen, and I'll see you guys later in the next stories.